Time is now 5:42. It's a homegrown nonprofit organization in the Roanoke Valley, and it's making changes all over the world. Deaf Dogs Rock has played a crucial role in saving dozens of lives, but it hasn't done that alone. Like many groups, it relies on help from people like you. This morning, WDBJ7's Nadine Mazer tells us why these past few days have been so special for the group.
Good morning, Kimberly. We are here at the Deaf Dogs Rock's headquarters here in Salem, Virginia, and I am joined by Christina Lee. She is the CEO, president of the organization. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having us. We're excited.
Yeah, so last week was a huge, exciting week for you guys. Talk to me about what was going on and what you were able to accomplish.
Well, last week was Deaf Dog Awareness Week, and so nationally, this is a education campaign that Pet Finder actually started, and what we do is we educate people on how awesome it is to own a deaf dog, and also what to look for, like when your dog gets older, you know, what to look for when your dog is going deaf. So, because a lot of people don't realize their dog is going deaf.
Right.
So,
for people who aren't familiar with your organization, talk to me about how you got started. It was a lack of kind of education out there for you, right?
yes, I adopted my first deaf dog, Nitro, in 2011, and 8 months later, we started a national website called deafdogsrock.com, and what we do is we have training tips for new deaf dog owners. We have over 300 deaf dogs listed for adoption. We have happy tale stories, so it's just letting people know that you don't have to be freaked out if your puppy's deaf.
Right, right. And so last week you were able to raise more than $5,000. Talk to me about what the final total was and how you feel about it.
Oh, it was our biggest fundraiser ever. We did a t-shirt booster campaign. We have a t-shirt that says Deaf Dogs Here with Their Hearts, and we have over 42,000 followers on Facebook. So we did a booster campaign to raise money so we can sponsor deaf dogs into rescues, and we raised over $5,700.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And coming up in the next segment, we're going to talk about how Christina was able to do that and where that money will go toward and how it will help a lot of other dogs here in our area as well as across the country. Kim, back to you.
Deaf Dogs Here with Their Hearts. I like Deaf Dogs Rock was able to rescue 45 deaf dogs last year, and this year they're already up to 53 rescues, and they're not stopping anytime soon. CEO and president of that group, Christina Lee, says she hopes to save 70 deaf dogs by the end of the year. This morning, WDBJ7's Nadine Mazer tells us how they've managed to save so many and introduces us to the nonprofit's newest mascot.
Kimberly, Deaf Dog Awareness Week just wrapped up last week, and I am here with the CEO and president of Deaf Dogs Rock, Christina Lee. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So last week, you guys sold T-shirts to raise money. Talk to me about how you managed to get the word out about your mission and cause.
Well, we started with our Deaf Dogs Rock Facebook page, and it was a little bit of a slow start, and then we decided to boost it a little, so we did a little bit of paid advertising on Facebook, and we started with $20 our first day, and then we went up to $40 our last 3 days, and it just exploded. It went to $5,700 worth of T-shirts and some private donations, too.
And talk to me about this T-shirt. We're going to give people a look at it. Did you design this yourself?
I did. I sketched it out, and then I gave it to my husband, and he does a little bit of graphic arts on the side. He does website design, and that's what we came up with, and we were pretty excited.
Very cool. And you have a newest member to your deaf dog family. Talk to me about who you have here in your hands.
This is Deaf Puppy Bowie. He is our director of cuteness for Deaf Dogs Rock, and he's a rescue out of Austin, Texas. And so we sponsored him into rescue to Green Dogs Unleashed in Troy, Virginia, and then we ended up adopting him ourselves. So we're so excited to have him. He's a little Boston Terrier.
Yeah, he's so cute. I mean, you hear from people all over the country, right? I mean, this is dogs everywhere.
All over the world. Most of our listings are in the United States, but we have friends in New Zealand. We have a lot of followers in the United Kingdom, Wales, all over. So we have, it's worldwide.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And you've been a couple years in the making, and coming up in our next segment, we're going to talk about some goals that Deaf Dogs Rock have coming up for the next year, and that's, again, coming up in our next segment. Kim, back to you.
Such special dogs. That was a cute one right there. All right, thanks, Nate.